Hello, gang. How you doing? Nice weather we're having here. All right. Are we rolling? Are we recording, Chris? Are you up there? All right. Chris Boroff, everybody, our producer, making everything good. I like this little sexy mic. This is awesome. All right. Hell yeah! From the Bureau of Manhattan Community College Tribeca Performing Arts Center and the New York Comedy Festival, Harmontown is now in session. How about we introduce our game master, Mr. Spencer Crittenden.
Hello.
Hello, Spencer. You got a really adorable little desk there.
Oh, yeah. I'm owning my space.
Let's bring out your mayor of Harmontown, Mr. Dan Harmon.
Lots of cars. Hey, this city, ours. Good to me. Oh, all the New York history. George Washington once invaded.
The river.
On 3rd Street. Patrick Henry had a birthday here.
Dan, you want to give us a little, some of your you're known as kind of a New York,
kind of
a guide. Like you're like the Anthony Bourdain of New York.
You know
like
that podcast, the Bowery Boys? It's like a podcast and they talk about New York, the living, thriving New York. That's when I listen to those guys, I'm like, it'd be nice if they knew a thing or two about the city.
Right. Where can I get the best
spats? 1853, right at the prime, when Central Park was just a cattle ranch. That's when the spat was invented. What happened is General MacArthur, who was part of the Sugar Trust,
right.
He wanted to figure out a way to turn shoes into boots. Because a lot of people don't understand this, but the sodium street lights were highly combustible, and so it was a sign of wealth if you were singed. Because Fifth Avenue was basically before it was a candy bar, it was a fire hazard. But it was where the wealthy lived, and so boots were less popular than shoes, because how could you survive a sodium streetlight fire with your boots intact? So the wealthy liked to wear shoes, which a lot of people don't know this, where shoes were invented that's a shoe is a burnt boot. It's a shoe doesn't make any sense. Like everything was a boot. And then this fashion thing happened where it was you needed to look like you were in a fire.
So the more of the top of your shoe that was burnt off meant you were a sign of wealth.
The nearer the Rockefellers you were, who in that day you could see dancing at the Green Mile over on 3rd and Crenshaw. You know, there were only 3 boroughs back then, representing the 2 gangs of New York, of course the unofficial mayor of New York at that time, Butterfinger Boss Todd, and his famously corrupt mayor.
You were talking earlier, Dan, about why they call Wall Street Wall Street.
Right. Well, it was originally a wall. It wasn't a street because it's where people were making money, and you don't want a street there. Poor people follow streets, so you don't want them to go where your money goes. And then there was a sort of like a famous like squabble. They threw a bunch of ticker tape into the harbor, and the rich people said, "What if it's a wall and a street?" And Wall Street was born. Just make it a street, but we'll call it Wall Street because it means if you're here, you're not welcome. No, go ahead. You can take your trolley. You can make your lightning bike. New York history. I'm just full of it.
Where's the best place in town for you to get a nice Chinese hot pot?
Well, I know a lot of people will tell you never to go above 103rd. But but the truth is, the Upper East is the new meat pack. And I will find myself right between 95 and 97 on the corner of A and A. The best wontons in the Duplo.